Hello, listeners. It is another episode of News Analysis where we discuss trending issues and dissect current happenings. So, what's trending on today's episode of News Analysis? According to Very Dark Man, he says Wike has the judiciary in his pockets. Such a bold accusation. If there's anything Very Dark Man is known for, is for coming out clear, without mincing words. His statements may be true or may be false, depending on the angle he's coming from, but he says it without remorse or without fear of who is involved. Posting on his Instagram handle, Very Dark Man has read an appeal by one of those affected by the demolition. The social media critic Martin Zotze, also known as Very Dark Man, has made a damning accusation against the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, in the person of Nyesom Wike. Very Dark Man has alleged that Wike has the Nigerian judicial system in his pocket. This is a bold claim, which without evidence or without proper backing, Very Dark Man can find himself behind bars. Indeed, someone must be behind this Very Dark Man. Because it is one thing to just come out and state things on the internet, but to be able to be this direct, indeed, he should have a godfather or someone backing him up. The critic was reacting to the demolition of a property allegedly opposite Wike's residence in their Sokoro area of Abuja. According to this appeal, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory destroyed and demolished the house opposite his for claims best known to him. Posting on his Instagram handle, Very Dark Man read an appeal by one of those affected by the demolition. He said the owner claimed that they want to take this land and allocate it to themselves after spending 10 years to develop. According to Very Dark Man, he says this place is said to be the opposite of Wike's house, which I find very suspicious. May God not let evil happen to us. People would rather come to Very Dark Man than go to court for justice. I believe that Very Dark Man gave himself a pat on the shoulder in this statement, stating that Nigerians have become more comfortable with reporting cases to firms like Human Rights Radio, also known as Hembelembe, and Very Dark Man, that is himself, because they are afraid that there is no longer justice in the courts. What indeed has this country turned into? Whereby the justice system is no longer just, and those we are supposed to entrust our freedom to are not even free in themselves, as they have wrapped themselves in politics and have received too many bribes that have choked them and made them unable to stand up for the rights of Nigerians. According to Very Dark Man, he says it is painful to think that no one believes in the justice system in Nigeria anymore, because the judiciary has been allegedly bought by the likes of Nyesom Wike and his cohorts. How do you carry out this kind of act without notice? Do you even sit down to think of the security implications? Dear Nyesom Wike, why all this? Very Dark Man also added, he says, imagine leaving the country to cry on social media while there have been allegations that Wike buys land and properties for judges, so he controls the judiciary. They can't run to court because nothing will be done, as Wike has the judges in his pocket. Judges aside, let's not even go too far. Down to the Nigerian force, or let's call a spade, down to the Nigerian police force, there is no more justice. It is really sad that Nigerians would go to report criminal offenses to the police force, and you will be the one paying money you would be the one ending up behind bars. Most times when armed robbers attack innocent Nigerians, if the armed robbers are injured in any way, or if there is vandalization of any property, the owner of the house most times gets the blame and is asked to pay. Before justice is being served, you would have to pay money to the Nigerian police force. Coming up the ladder, the Nigerian judicial system is no different because truly they are already in the pockets of politicians. Because politicians buy them houses, politicians give them brown envelopes. Why won't they bid to their tune? He who pays the piper, as the saying goes, dictates the tune. Therefore, these people who are victims of this demolition opposite Wike's residence do not have a say because they do not pay the pipers. Therefore, they cannot dictate the tune. Netizens have come out to air their views concerning this issue. One Imam Rubem says, God will indeed help us, because who can Nigerians run to? Ike George added that this is very bad. Nigerians no longer have solace anywhere else. Kalu Dike says, in this case, where Wike has the judiciary in his pockets, Nigerian judiciary are many. Will his pockets be able to accommodate all the judges? You know, say them plenty. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji. If a minister can pocket them like this, future go dey really hard. For this country, indeed, na who get money dey dictate wetin dey happen. Those that are voiceless, those that do not have the resources, are being marginalized. Who indeed will save Nigeria when the justice system is not even just, and where the freedom fighters are not even free in themselves?